Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I'm looking forward to share on how to stop anxiety and burnout in the classroom and rekindle the joy of teaching. I empower frustrated and dedicated teachers who are currently struggling with anxiety, burnout, and disengaged students falling behind their test scores so that they can boost students' academic performance, reignite the joy of teaching, and revitalise their well-being within 30 days. So my name's Enza Lyons, and I'm here to share this with you. So are you ready to transform your classroom this year? I will give you 3 breakthrough strategies to create a calm, confident classroom fast. A 15 minutes a day approach to transform classroom behaviour and focus. A simple, practical brain-body strategies that work for all students, especially those with anxiety, ADHD, or learning challenges. And how to reduce stress for both you and your students so that you can actually enjoy teaching again. Would you like that? Well, here we go. So here's some of the problems that teachers are facing. Are you struggling with burnout, feeling frustrated and discouraged and emotionally exhausted from restless and disengaged students? The students are struggling and falling behind and they hate coming to school. Are your efforts and extra working hours not making a difference? So firstly, disengaged, dysregulated classrooms. This is some of the problems that teachers are facing. The students are distracted, they're anxious or acting out. Many teachers say they spend more time on behaviour than actual teaching. Number 2, burnout and lack of support. Teachers are leaving the profession due to stress, poor mental health, and a lack of resources, and they're told to put students first without tools to manage their own well-being. So these are some of the unseen costs of the workplace stress taking its toll. Here's some research that's been put together by the Black Dog Institute. So you can see through the reports there, stress is really high for teachers compared to the general population. It's 59.7%, whereas the general population is 11.4%. And many teachers report moderate to severe depression and anxiety. And 60% of teachers' absence in the previous month were due to mental health and emotional problems. So teachers are struggling with these, keeping up with the demands. And many teachers are considering leaving the profession in the next 12 months. So 46.8%. That's really sad. And most the teachers, 75.6%, felt burnout from work either often or all the time. So teachers struggles to keep up with the administration. Number 3, pressure to improve outcomes. NAPLAN, academic benchmarks continue to rise. Teachers need a way to improve performance without more work. High needs with no time. Classroom include students with ADHD, trauma, or learning difficulties, and teachers feel untrained to help. And the professional development training is often theoretical, not practical. So have you tried everything to help your restless and disengaged students and nothing is changing? Do you wonder how you're going to cope if things continue this way? What if things haven't changed 1 year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now? The fact is, things aren't going to suddenly change on their own. So to get the results you really want, when it comes to dealing with disengaged students who are unable to focus and their grades are falling behind and stopping teacher anxiety, fatigue and burnout, you must play a different set of rules. So I've discovered a system that reduces teacher stress and students' anxiety quickly and easily. What if you could improve your students' focus and create a calmer, happier, productive classroom and increase their test scores faster than you dreamed possible within 30 days from now? How would that feel? You're not being told how to do this effectively, until now, that is. So let's look at some of the results that I've had with working with teachers. Here's a positive impact Sandra made with her students. What a wonderful investment of students and my time. A 400% increase in productivity. And at the end of the day, I am energized instead of feeling physically drained. Students become motivated because they're achieving. Brain gym movements keeps us productive, in a good mood, energized, and achieving the task outcomes. The Brain Gym program is an essential tool for settling students, and it assists them to focus calmly on their work, and their lessons are more productive. Students show delight when they're getting 20 out of 20 for spelling instead of 2 out of 20, and making no mistakes in their reading. Excellent recall and fluency, wherefore they used to stumble over words. It's essential for teaching efficiency, for my teaching efficiency and effectiveness, to use Brain Gym every lesson. This is what Sandra shares. Here's another one at looking at results. Most amazing tool used in class. For over 20 years of teaching infants and primary school children, one of the most amazing tools I've used in the classroom has been brain gym exercises. In my class of children aged 5 to 7, many students were unsettled, stressed and angry. Consequently, many were experiencing learning difficulties and displaying very challenging, disruptive behaviour. And after introducing daily brain gym exercises, the results have been amazing. Many of the parents have commented how their children are progressing in many different areas, including coordination, balance, and confidence. Parents are telling me that their children are much happier and will even do the brain gym exercises at home to help themselves to relax and cope with challenging situations. Brain gym is a simple yet powerful tool, and it can make a difference in children's learning and behaviour. I would highly recommend it to other teachers and parents. So here's another story from a teacher. One particular grade 2 student was experiencing difficulties with her reading and writing and was putting a lot of pressure on herself, was often very tired and was finding it difficult to relax. So after the 3 or 4 sessions with Enza, this student's reading and writing improved greatly, and she has greater confidence in herself. She has transformed from a little girl who was often upset with the smallest things to a happy girl who is so much more energetic and confident in herself and her abilities. That's from Sandra. Here's Sharon's story. She'd been teaching for 30 years, had never seen this before. When she was teaching a whole class, they were all tuned out and unfocused. They did not pay attention to her teaching or follow instructions. It was as if she was talking to a brick wall. She tried every strategy she knew and nothing worked. And then she remembered about brain gym from many years ago. She enrolled in my class. She began to implement the daily exercises in a routine every morning. The students noticed the improvement in their ability to tune in and focus on their work. Even the music teacher was impressed at the difference since doing the program. Sharon is so grateful to see the difference in her students' ability to focus in class, learn new things, and process information faster and easily. Wonderful testimonies. Why do you need to know what I know? So I'm Enza Lyons. I'm a founder of Dynamic Learning and Health Centre for over 30 years and a learning and behavioural specialist and brain gym consultant. Also, I'm a support teacher and, wellness coach. Babies, toddlers, teens, and adults have achieved transformational results in their lives with my services. They've overcome delayed development, learning difficulties, anxiety, hyperactivity, ADHD, and behavioural challenges through personal consultations. I have delivered workshops to hundreds of teachers and parents around Queensland and northern New South Wales. Now I teach live around Australia. The reason I went into this is that I struggled with anxiety in my early part of my life. And after having my children, I was busy involved in a family business and I experienced neck aches and back aches regularly. And at 6 years of age, my son, he did not want to go to school. I was desperate to find a solution. I did extensive study and training in the field of education, kinesiology, brain gym, psychology, and natural therapies, and even homeschooling to find the solution. And I found the solution and I fine-tuned it over the 30 years to help others. So I've worked with hundreds of teachers and parents and students over the years and also did support teaching for many years. I have many close friends who are teachers and I get what you are going through in your teaching career. And through my life as a mother of 2 and grandmother of 5, and my work experience working with parents and teachers and children, and also working with professionals in the workplace, I discovered the solution that transforms lives dramatically. And I've also written 2 books where I share a lot of my wonderful testimonies from my clients, the ADD, ADHD breakthrough, and success at school and beyond. The solution, so the goal today is to show you that there is an easier way to help your students overcome anxiety, emotional outbursts, and falling behind in their test scores and revive the joy of teaching, revitalize your health and well-being within 30 days. When you stay to the end, I have something special for you, valued at $197. There could be 2 things that may be stopping you solve your challenge. Here's the first big issue that is in your way. Are you doing things the hard way? Have you got so much on your plate and trying to balance work and your family life and not able to address individual students' needs? Are you feeling overwhelmed and juggling your students' academic struggles and emotional challenges? Are your students resistant to change and do not want to learn? Are you getting exhausted, close to burnout? Are you trying to sort um, all sort of strategies? You're trying all sorts of strategies and nothing's changing. You're unsure where to go to find a solution for the problem. I found the solution that works, and I've been doing this for a long time, for more than 30 years, 35 years now, close to 40. So here's the results from another teacher. The exercises and techniques are so easy to implement in my personal life and in the classroom. This program should be part of teacher training. I have found myself much calmer and more focused in everyday activities, and I enjoy setting realistic goals and actively working towards them. I recommend that all women do this program as it has really helped me to be calmer in situations I would normally overreact to. I am able to stop and quickly focus my attention and energy on what is important and relevant. I'm so grateful to Enza for her passion and looking forward to continue integrating my newfound skills into more facets of my life and with my family, health and emotional well-being. And that's from Shelley. Let's look at the results here. Here's a 6-year-old Hayden. He was diagnosed with ADHD and Asperger's, and he was visiting a speech therapist, occupational therapist, and psychologist on a regular basis, and still falling behind his class. The school teacher suggested to look at other options to help him, as there was no improvements. He did not want to learn. Now, after 3 sessions doing my program, we noticed the following changes. Hayden wanted to learn. He controlled his behaviour. He started to recognize sight words and his concentration improved dramatically. He even got an award for determination in the classroom. He improved his performance at the sports carnival, at the little athletics. He no longer has emotional outbursts and is very interactive with his friends. Here's another story shared by Joanne, and she's a school teacher. And she did the program with me. So she said, I use brain gym with all my students and it greatly improved their concentration, focus, and on their lessons. In a personal level, the greatest success I've had is with my daughter, a reluctant reader and quiet student. Brain has been instrumental in greatly increasing her confidence. She has improved in all her academic areas and is a happier child, and I strongly recommend Brain Gym to all. That was from Joanne. So, do you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? There is an easier way when it comes to having happier, calmer students who control their behaviour and improve their test scores and love going to school. And I've shown you through the wonderful testimonies, and I have many more. So, the second big challenge in your way is your current strategy not working or partly working, or is it temporary? Some factors that cause brain-body stress effects are therefore enemies of the classroom learning. They are past traumas and present worries and fear of failure, poor nutrition, hydration, breathing, posture, limited sensory stimulation and movement, poor cross-lateral communication in the body and brain. That is such a big one. Discomfort, pain, illness, medication, drugs, heavy metals, negative thoughts or feedback, unsuitable lighting and temperature and seating, boredom, tiredness, lack of interest, lack of choice, and feeling lack of confidence. So stress causes learning difficulties. Teachers cannot change the past for their students, nor the stressful things that's happened to them before they get to school. There are brain-friendly teaching methods that minimize classroom stress associated with learning barriers. So stress effects are easily overcome by movement, which automatically increases brain oxygen and generates more helpful brain chemistry. Drinking water improves hydration and increases water in the cell, oxygen in the cells. Specific movements can release body tension and strengthen cross-lateral links so that physical coordination and mental focus are both improved. So here's a research study that was done in Germany called the Moving Classroom. So during the period of 6 months, with 15 minutes of movement before school, and who was in the study? There was 18 8-year-old second graders. No prior daily activities, movement activities, 3 randomly assigned groups. 3 groups received the same amount of attention. Now, the 3 groups consisted of the blue group, big room to play, construction toys, Legos, learning games, scooters, and movement play. Now, the green group, they did gymnasiums using balls and ropes, etc. And the third group, red group, they did brain gym movements and repatterning. Now, the university students tested all the 3 groups once a week for 6 weeks. Then they did a double-blind statistical analysis of the data and indicated that the children who had done the brain gym activities read faster, made fewer mistakes, and had better comprehension of the text material than did the 2 other comparison group. In addition, parent and teacher responses to the questionnaires told us that most of the children that did brain gym, that were in the brain gym group, gained in their self-confidence and enjoyment of schoolwork and had more success in writing, mathematics, and reading comprehension. So at the end of the study, we wanted to see what happened when we offered the brain gym program to those children who were in the green and blue groups. So we extended the study an additional 6 weeks, doing the same brain gym program with these 2 groups of children. The results of the second part of the study corresponded to those of the first. So we then initiated brain gym programs in many schools besides those in our own school district. So that's the references for the program. So our society reliance on technology has led to a generation of children missing out the joys of play and sport and nature, contributing to a growing mental health crisis. The amazing thing about the brain is its ability to rewire itself through movement and neuroplasticity, helping our children rediscover balance, resilience, and ability to thrive. Let's prioritize movement and holistic development to support their mental and emotional well-being. So, solving this challenge is the second big challenge you're facing right now. So, how will you overcome these issues? So, using the fast-track learning system with Brain Gym has made a big effect on students. It's a comprehensive approach to teaching and learning that integrates various educational strategies, psychological principles, and neuroscience to create an optimal learning environment. The concept draws inspiration from the principles of quantum physics, emphasizing the interconnectedness and potential of the human mind. The three key aspects include the holistic approach. It considers the whole learner, addressing emotional, social, and cognitive needs. And it's active engagement encourages active participation in experimental learning to deepen understanding, implementing brain-based learning, which utilizes insights from neuroscience and the brain research to align teaching strategies with how the brain naturally learns best. And then thirdly, positive environment. So it fosters a positive and supportive learning environment to enhance motivation and self-esteem. So by focusing on these three key aspects, teachers can regain their passion for teaching, improve their own well-being, and enhance students' academic performance within 30 days. So here's a blueprint that I've put together with the fast learning track system, which accelerates learning, and it helps confident students with successful classroom experience. So first we identify students' challenges, the lack of focus, anxiety, academic struggles, behavioural issues, low confidence, and we identify what the teacher observes, engagement issues, class management, diverse learning needs, stress management, and performance pressure. So we see all the different challenges that the teachers are having. Then we implement this proven solution that really works, and it uses sensory and physical integration, stress management techniques, cross-lateral movements, relaxation techniques, visualizations, and eye tracking, and 15-minute daily routine. And what a difference it makes. It improves academic performance, better behavior, increased engagement, better students' outcome, enhanced classroom management, and positive learning environment. So this fast-track learning system is different to all the traditional approaches. It addresses physical and mental emotional challenges in both teachers and students in the classroom and producing dramatic results. So the brain gym movements and other sensory exercises and techniques, they fill in the developmental gaps, and it reorganizes the central nervous system. It helps draw out your talents and potential in your students with activities that balance the mind and body. These activities develop the physical skills of learning for communication and information processing, for organisation and stability and participation and focus, and much more. So the results improve learning and behaviour, as we've seen. Read better with speed, fluency and comprehension, increased focus and concentration, improving math, speech, writing, communication, spelling, improved balance, coordination, spatial awareness, clumsiness, even car sickness, enhanced self-esteem and confidence, and achieve a calm, happy, confident students who love going to school. Would you like that? It revitalizes the joy of teaching as students are more engaged, focused, and ready to learn. The specific unique exercises and activities positively impact the child's emotional well-being by promoting relaxation, better concentration, stress reduction, and self-regulation, only 15 minutes a day. Whenever you do this, your results can change overnight. There's no shortage of information out there. You can learn and spend hours looking at information, what works better. You don't need any more information, right? You just need results. You need transformation. the exact system that helps you to do the things the easier and faster way with strategies that work. I will show you how to get these results. Here's Taylor. She was volatile and easily distracted and moody. And this is what her mother says. Our daughter's behaviour was so erratic that we spent months working with a child psychologist. And while she was well behaved at school, her grades were low. She was easily distracted and had poor concentration. And after the first session, we noticed an improvement, immediate change in her behaviour. Following 2 sessions with Enza, Taylor's a totally different girl. She is calmer, more centered and loving. Her concentration is stronger and her report cards have risen from B's and C's to A's and B's. Consequently, she is more confident, less critical of herself, and such a delightful little girl. What an amazing transformation. I highly recommend Enza's program. It's so just wonderful, these stories. So here's one from Morgan, who struggled with reading and spelling and concentration. This is what his mother says. Our 8-year-old son, Morgan, struggled with his reading, spelling, concentration, and confidence. He was always worrying about what he thought he didn't know and should, and he also had trouble getting to sleep at night. So after his first session with Enza, we noticed improvements in Morgan's schoolwork and self-confidence, and from there we kept noticing changes with each session. Now it's hard to believe he's the same child. He is now a very happy, confident boy, achieving great results at school, willing to speak up about different subjects and feeling and knowing he is important as all of us in the world. Here's another one with Fraser. He found it so difficult to concentrate at school. His mother says that when my son Fraser first came to see Enza, he found it hard to concentrate at school. He was very disruptive in the class, and at home we found it hard doing homework with him, and also telling him to do chores. It was amazing to see the changes since seeing Enza. He has made changes in his behaviour and also his grades and concentration, and Fraser is calmer and happier and not hyperactive and emotional like he used to be. His grades have improved. He's got 4 A's and 3 B's in his last report. He is at the same class level and isn't being distraction to the rest of the class. So Fraser has improved a lot, and we always notice an improvement after doing Enza's program. And as parents of a child that needed help in schooling, behavioural and social activities, we highly recommend Enza's services. It has really helped our son and our family. To see our son happy and content with himself is the ultimate reward. So what produces these results? The fast-track learning system with Brain Gym to enhance student success and teacher well-being. Why? It's an effective, successful system that empowers you and turns things around for you and your students. Here's another one. When I came to see Enza, I was very stressed, couldn't think clearly, felt depressed and had anxiety attacks. I noticed an improvement after the first session, and then there was a dramatic change in the 6th session. So my anxiety attacks stopped. I felt more confident in myself, in how to deal with my problems. I was more confident in dealing with all my personal challenges with work and family and relationships. Thank you so much. And that's Hannah. She was a kindergarten school teacher. Here's another result. When I saw Jack, he was uncooperative, always in conflict. When his mother brought him to me, he was around 12 years of age, and he was taking medication for ADHD since 4 years of age. So he'd been on it for 8 years. He was uncooperative, always in conflict with his siblings. His mother was desperate. And after about 10 sessions, this boy was amazing. He sent this letter to me. He says, I no longer take medication, which is exciting. And since doing my exercise, I'm able to control my behaviour. I feel more relaxed and more energetic. I can handle responsibilities, maturity. My reading and writing has improved. I breathe better. My coordination has improved. I communicate better and have confidence, and I'm looking forward to a new year full of happiness and high achievements. I contacted his mother a few years later, and she is so happy with the result, And she commented that he was still getting A's in all his subjects. Isn't that wonderful? People may advise you all sorts of different strategies that work temporarily, yet not long-lasting. Yet if you listen to too many people, you'll find yourself taking the path that everyone else takes. What if you could boost students' academic performance, ignite the joy of teaching, and revitalise your well-being within 30 days from now? Well, I have a message for all the critics. I have found a way to success. I have found a way to address the causes of students' behaviour so that you can create long-term positive change. I found a way to get easier and faster results to increase students' focus and productivity in the classroom. I found a way to improve reading, writing, and math dramatically. I found a way to train and empower teachers with skills to gain harmony in the classroom and improve their health and well-being. I found a way to help students easily switch their negative thinking and create new positive shifts with their emotions. So with my professional development programs for teachers, they gain knowledge of a unique, proven, holistic approach, essential skills and strategies to make a dramatic difference in their classroom. You will receive experience, guidance and support and personal coaching to help teacher success through my workshops. It only takes 15 minutes a day once you know how to do the program, of fun, simple techniques to see the difference. I invite you to enroll in the next workshops. I have workshops coming next month, and join in with the early bird price. Let's briefly see the fast-track learning system with Brain Gym and how it works. What if you had the fast-track learning system with Brain Gym working for you right now? What would that feel like? This is Kerry. My life was a mess professionally and socially, and I was experiencing depression in almost extreme form. Nothing could help, psychologists, antidepressants. I couldn't know when my friends took me to Enza. The miracle she worked on me, I will never forget. After the session, I felt light, bright, and I was actually laughing and smiling again. While I would never want to see anyone experience what I went through, I can sincerely recommend Enza's coaching sessions. So what produces these results? The fast-track learning system with Brain Gym to enhance student success and teacher well-being. Why? Because it's a simple formula that easily gives you the confidence and skills to help you and your students. It will save you so much time and avoid the burden of solving the problem on your own. Experience the relief of knowing how to assist you and your students effectively so that they can flourish once more, fulfilling your long-held desire. Who does it work for? If you're a teacher tired of being exhausted and overwhelmed, whose students are struggling with anxiety and ruling their life, a teacher whose students are unable to sit still and focus and having difficulties reading, writing, and maths and falling behind in school. This is good for teachers whose students' behaviour is disruptive and defiant at home and at school, or for a teacher who's close to burnout and looking for an effective solution. Today, I promise to show you how to witness a remarkable transformation in your students' academic performance and unlock the power to reignite the joy of teaching, revitalise your health and well-being within 30 days. So let me ask you a question. Are you okay if I quickly show you how I can help you further? This may not be for everyone, yet for some, this is going to be the answer you've been looking for. Something new for you. Are you ready to boost your energy and enhance your students' performance and productivity? Well, here's how it works. So you will feel empowered and with a proven effective tools and skills and exercises to dramatically improve your students' reading, writing, and math and increase their grades at school. You will have an effective proven skills to witness a remarkable transformation in your students' academic performance, reignite the joy of teaching, and revitalise your health and well-being. Does that sound good? What impact would that make in your life? How long would it take for you to achieve these results I showed you with my clients that have achieved? What is the cost related to time on trial and error trying different strategies? The cost related to money spent on strategies that don't work? Costs related to the effort and energy to work out a solution on your own? What about the costs related to your health, well-being, and your career to continue the way you're going? How would you feel if you had the fast track learning system with BrainGym to enhance student success and teacher well-being working for you right now? If you're able to increase your students' focus and grades at school dramatically, where they love going to school, that would be life-changing for a better life for you and your students. Imagine this: no more struggling with burnout, feeling frustrated, discouraged and emotionally exhausted from disengaged students. No more feeling helpless and stressed not knowing the solution to help you change your students' behaviour. No more prolonged stress leading to physical health. No more where your classroom feels tense and chaotic, and no more dealing with resistance to change. No more feeling like you're not achieving and making a difference. So there's a pretty good chance that you're restless, and disengaged students slows you down. And you worry about your students' test score because you want to succeed. You want them to succeed. And your students' anxiety, lack of focus, learning difficulties, and poor behaviour is draining your energy. You wonder how you're going to cope if things continue this way. This makes you feel uncomfortable. I have a solution for all this, and what it means is that you too can finally rekindle the joy of teaching and have calmer, happier, confident students who love going to school and doing well academically. So if this sounds good to you, then let's have a chat. I'll give you something special on our Zoom call and show you simple strategies to start implementing with your students immediately. And thanks for staying to the end. I have something special for you as a gift, a free Zoom call, and I'll answer any questions and show you strategies that you can use immediately. And I'm going to show you a free report that you'll be able to download, and we'll go through the steps, the 4 effective steps to reduce stress and increase students' engagement and performance in the classroom, so that you can start utilizing some of the skills. And then when you're ready for doing a workshop, you'll be ready to move to the next level. So if this sounds good to you, then let's have a chat. Phone me and text me on 0413 697 692 and make an appointment. Or email me at enza@enzalliance.com.au. You can also check my website at enzalliance.com.au. And also you can make an appointment to see me. So either way, you have the choice. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time, and I really look forward to helping you. I've been doing this for a long time and helping so many people, and it is just a joy when I see children doing so well and the teachers really enjoy teaching again. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time.